What is up, guys? It is MMA Propaholic, and I am here, and I'm finally back. I know it's been a minute. I haven't posted in about like a year and a half, I think. But yeah, I'm back full time, ready to break down some fights, ready to break down, I would say a pretty decent fight night card. Not the greatest fight night in the world, but I think there's going to be some pretty violent spots. I think there's some good betting angles. I think there's good props to bet, some good money lines. So let's just jump straight into it. First fight of the night, we had Melissa Martinez versus Fatima Klein. And as you guys know, I mean, if you guys can give it to me in the comment section because I am so bad with names, man. Like I'm terrible at saying last names. I'm just glad there's not a lot on this card. So yeah, hopefully I didn't mess up Klein's first name, but yeah, man, just a completely huge mismatch here. I mean, Klein's sitting at minus 1300. Martinez, I think, is plus 900. Yeah, this is pretty simple for me. I mean, I bet the under 2.5 earlier in the week at plus 155. I gave it to my Discord, which I will be linking in the link below. They get all my bets first. So yeah, the line has moved now. I think it's like minus 105. But yeah, I mean, I just didn't feel like this is just a levels fight. Klein is so much better than Martinez, like honestly everywhere. And she even had moments against Javicius. Like she ended up getting the back of Javicius, and she actually hurt her in the third round with a right hand and wobbled Javicius as well. And the one thing about Martinez is she likes to circle the outside. She likes to use her movement, and she's kind of like a weenie to me. Like I don't really think she has that much physicality on her. I mean, I know the Yanez fight was from 2019, but that Yanez girl, she's not on the level of grappling as Klein, and she was put in some pretty bad spots. I mean, she was in full mounted position for about 2 minutes at the end of the second round, and the fight was actually almost close to being stopped. But the one thing that Yana chick was trying to do is she kept trying to search for a head and arm. She wasn't really just like relentlessly throwing elbows. And the one thing about Klein is her ground and pound is nasty. She's got really good ground and pound. Her striking is really good too. She's got good movement. She's got really good. She's got a sneaky head kick too, which I honestly think is live to hit Martinez with. And yeah, I just don't think Martinez is on her level, man. Like even in the Dudakova fight, like Dudakova is a better offensive wrestler than Martinez, and I think she's a better defensive grappler as well. And she actually has physicality on her, and the physical battles, Klein was basically kind of winning them all. And she was getting to advantageous dominant positions on top where she could finish her, and she got the second round finish. So yeah, that's why I took the under 2.5 at plus 155, sitting around like 37% implied. I feel like the under should be where it's at now. I also took a shot on Klein 3 at plus 600 on Bet Rivers, just in case that if she is to somehow escape the first two rounds, Martinez. I think she gets finished in the third round. I don't think her cardio is very good either. I mean, we're even seeing Elise Reed land takedowns, and guys, we know how bad Elise Reed is at grappling, especially wrestling. I mean, she's not good, and she could have gotten into some dominant positions at the end of the fight as well. And it's like Martinez really just sold that fight. I didn't like the look at all. So yeah, the pick is Klein. Obviously, it's not a hot take. She's minus 1400, but as I said, I think a good way to bet her is just like fight ends inside a distance is sitting like I think like 5 cents higher than Klein ITD. So I would just bet fight ends inside a distance. God forbid. I mean, I don't see a finish for Martinez, but I would just rather take that because God forbid it's 5 cents. And I like to sprinkle on Klein 3 as well, man. Her cardio is very good, good elbows. And yeah, I think she could find the back, get a submission as well. So yeah, let's move on to the next fight. We have Mike Davis versus Mitch Ramirez. So another mismatch. And I mean, Davis didn't look good last fight. I know he was pulling guard. He went on his X saying a bunch of excuses, but there were a lot of fighters saying on that card that the paint on the walls were like making them dizzy and making them sick before they had to go out and fight. But the thing is, I didn't really hear any winners talk about that at all. It was kind of like the people that lost. So I don't really know what to take into that. But this is Mitch Ramirez, man. I don't think Mitch Ramirez is honestly that good anywhere, but he is pretty tough. But I mean, I went back and watched the tape on Davis, man, and he's going to have a huge edge on the feet. And what really stood out to me, I know Court McGee is a good fighter, but we know Court McGee is not really the best guy to learn striking from, and that's like Mitch Ramirez's main sparring partner. So I really think that like he's actually good at defending submissions. Mitch Ramirez, he's never been submitted in his professional career, and Moises had his back in the first round, had a deep RNC, and he was able to fight the hands and get out of it. And I had Moises by sub there, so I was a little bit shocked, but the kid showed toughness. The one thing that is really sticks out on his tape, even his regional scene tape, like he gets hit a lot. And I mean, I'm trying to think about who he versed. There's this guy, I'm looking at it right now on Tapology. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, the Tavares fight, man. Like prior to him getting the knockout, Tavares kind of gassed out in 2 minutes, but Tavares was cracking him, man. Like he just couldn't get out of the way of anything. And I don't think he's good at checking leg kicks either. He's so heavy on his lead leg. And the one fight that really stood out to me is that Mason Jones fight, man. I mean, in the second round with like 4 minutes left, he knocked Mason Jones down with a calf kick. And he hurt Mason Jones really bad at the end of the second round. And we know how tough and how durable Mason Jones is. And Mitch Ramirez knocked out in his 2 losses. I know it's against Brates, but I mean, getting knocked out against Moises, especially due to leg kicks, I don't think is that good of a look, especially like how he looked after in the Troyagin fight. I don't like that look at all for Ramirez, and I just think Davis has the much better hands. What does alarm me, because I have the KO at plus 150 for 1 unit. I really think it should be around minus 125 to minus 130. Like if we're saying like Mike Davis had full mount on Borshev, and he was beating his ass in full mount at the end of the first round. He almost got the stoppage, and he knocked down Natan Levy in the first 15 seconds of the last fight. But he ended up getting an easy position, so we just took the back. We couldn't submit him for 4.5 minutes on the back, and we see Mitch Ramirez survive Thiago Moises and some deep chokes on the back. And I don't think Davis is gonna really like pull guard like he did again last fight. And as I said, I think Mitch Ramirez actually has some pretty solid submission defense. I don't like where the subs at on Davis. Like, guys, if Mike Davis, this KO should be, I think a KO should be around minus 130. Like, if he gets the stoppage against Borshev and he doesn't look like utter shit last fight, like pulling guard, we're probably pricing the KO around minus 130 to minus 135. So, yeah, that's why I took the shot 1 unit. Just such a better striker, man. He's still 32 years old. Like, Davis is young. I know I've seen a lot of people like talking about how he had like Lyme disease, how he doesn't really like care about fighting. I honestly like into this fight, I wouldn't really even play that much into this. Like this guy's just much better than Mitch Ramirez everywhere. But yeah, I mean, I think there's gonna be moments in the fight where Davis is gonna have a chance to knock him out. I just went with the KO straight because he does have like has a couple of round 3 knockouts as well. And I really can see a leg kick stoppage here, just like the last time. I mean, he threw 14 leg kicks against Jones and landed 12 of them, and was really beating up Jones's calf. So yeah, give me Mike Davis by KO, and I think he gets it done in the second round. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Let's see what we got next here. We got, sorry guys, my computer is very slow. We got, oh, here we go, guys. I'm gonna mess up this one. Kennedy Njoku. Oh, I actually think I got it right. Versus Walter Walker. Yeah, I mean, pretty simple for me. I went with Kennedy 2-3 here. I think he's gonna cook him late. I understand the Walter Walker bets though, because he does look like he's in better shape. And I know, like, especially for the Bresky fight, but I just can't get the Bresky fight out of my head, man. I mean, he's getting there. He's just getting wobbled in the second round. And I'll come out and I'll say, guys, I parlayed Walter Walker minus 225. Probably one of the more worst bets I've made, gross bets I've made. But yeah, I always keep it real. But I mean, I was watching that fight with my family, eating dinner on a trip, and I'm just sitting there like I just couldn't believe it, man. It's like of all people, like Bresky's 1-5 in the UFC, guys. Like Kennedy, I went back and actually watched Kennedy getting taken down against, I think it was Markellos. And the thing about that is Markellos was jumping the back, and he had him in like a standing rear naked choke position for like the whole entire first round. And Kennedy was able to survive. And the same thing actually happened in the second round. And then at the end of the second round, man, he just cooked him, man. We know Walker can gas, man. I don't think he's really got good fundamental striking. Doesn't have a bad jab, but he throws a lot of overhands. He just kind of wants to get the takedown, get the fight to the ground. But I like Kennedy at heavyweight, man. I think he's much faster than people. I think his movement is tricky. And we know this guy in 2-3, man. I mean, he's just an absolute assassin. So I think he's going to cook him late. I mean, just beating Tafa and Dontel Mays, like probably like two of the worst defensive grapplers in the division, as we just literally have seen Dontel Mays struggle with grappling in his last three fights at the UFC level. So it's not really impressive that, I mean, the two heel hook wins at heavyweight's impressive. I mean, if he gets a third one here, man, it will be very, very legendary. I will say that. But I think Kennedy's going to cook him with teep kicks to the body. I think his hands are much better. And I think he's going to be putting him on the back foot in 2-3 as well. So I took a shot, like 0.30 units on Kennedy plus 550 round two. And I put 0.20 units at plus 800 round three. I took it earlier in the week. Pretty sure you guys can get better lines than I did on each of those rounds. So yeah, I like it a lot. I feel like it's the best way to play him. But I see Walker winning round one in the good clip. I think he's going to be able to have success in the first round with wrestling. So I wouldn't lay minus 200 on Kennedy. I'd much rather just live him or just take 2-3 because I just feel like it's the best way to always play Kennedy, man. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. I'm not going to discuss this one for a while, man. This fight is just brutality. I mean, we got Lauren Murphy versus Eduardo Mora. Man, I mean, credits to Lauren Murphy for coming back, but I mean, I would have just hung up the gloves after the Andrade fight, man. I mean, that was just hard to watch, man. Rewatching it was just terrible on tapes. Like, I'm shocked the corner didn't throw the towel in. I feel like that's one of the fights I would have done that, but yeah, I mean, Mora coming back to flyweight, I'm pretty sure. She's gonna land takedowns here, I think. Murphy looked good against Misha Tate with the takedowns, but I think Mora is much more physical. She's much bigger and she's much younger than Misha Tate as well. So I feel like this is kind of like a mismatch, especially like the difference between the age gap as well. I don't really, I just like, I know Lauren Murphy has the better resume, but it's just no way I can get to her here. I think this is Mora. I think she's live. I think she's live for a ground and pound. I don't think she's gonna submit Murphy, but I think she's live for a ground and pound. This is like actually the only fight I don't have a bet on, and I just don't really give a shit about this fight. So yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go pretty casual here and just pick Mora to win by decision and move on because let's be honest, guys, we have such better other fights. Please, like, if you guys have a confident read, obviously put your money on this fight. But if you don't have a confident read and you just want to have a bet, I would really persuade you guys to pass on this fight. Like, what are you gonna do with Mora minus 600? Like, just nothing I really want to do with it. But yeah, because I think a sub is on the table. I think a ground and pound's on the table, and I think she wins. I think she wins like a 30-27 at a high clip. But I just don't want to lay minus 600 on her, man. Like, even Murphy being 41, it is the biggest step up in competition for Mora so far. And I don't think Veronica Hardy is that good. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. We got a banger here, man. I know there's a lot of people on different sides this week on this fight. I'm excited to break this one down. You got Jake the Celtic Kid Matthews versus Chidi Bang Bang in Jaquani. So yeah, guys, I took Chidi earlier in the week at minus 125. I like the height advantage, I like the reach, and I really like the kicks. And what stood out on the tape is that I know Michael Morales is obviously an assassin with his hands, but he did so much work with the inside leg kick that it had Matthews switching stances, and he was landing that inside leg kick over and over again. And I just think Sheedy is a better striker than Matthews. I think he's going to be able to use a lot of leg kicks. I think he's going to be able to use the clinch. There were moments in the fight against Prado where Prado actually had him in a clinch and landed a couple of knees. And we know how good Sheedy is with the knees. Jake Matthews does have some solid hands, though. I will say that, but I think it's going to be very hard for him to close range early, especially getting hit with the inside leg kicks, getting hit on the outside, and especially because Cheaty just has so much power in his hands. I mean, even go back and watch the RoboCop fight, man. I mean, that knee he landed on RoboCop decapitates a lot of people. Like, and Cheaty gassed. He did gas, but I mean, I really haven't seen Matthews face any tall, long strikers that could beat his ass on the outside in the clinch and beat his ass with leg kicks. I mean, Morales is a boxer, guys, and he was out kicking Jake Matthews at range, and that's all Cheaty likes to really do at range. So yeah, I like Cheaty here. I didn't really think the performance against Prado was that impressive. And you just look at Matthews' resume, like the Phil Rowe fight, he was getting absolutely tagged up. He got his ass kicked in the first round, and he only won the fight because Rowe took him down the third round, and he was able to actually reverse him. So yeah, I thought he would have lost that fight, and Rowe was able to hold position. And he's got wins over like Darius Flowers on like his last 5 wins, guys, are Diego Sanchez, Andre Fialho, Darius Flowers, Phil Rowe, and Prado. So it's like I just don't. None of those, like, the one guy who actually had reach on him was Rowe, and Rowe was touching him up with the jab. But Rowe only threw 5 leg kicks in that fight. So I just feel like it's going to be much harder for Matthews to close range. And I don't really think he has a huge wrestling edge here. I mean, maybe he has the wrestling edge, but it's not like astronomical to the point where, oh, this is what he's going to do. He's just got to come out here, wrestle, avoid the clinch, and he's going to beat this guy. But yeah, I like Cheaty here. I just like his money line straight. I don't know how he's gonna win. It might be a KO, but I think it's an Njokuani decision here. So yeah, he's minus 150, minus 155 right now. That's actually where I'd price him. So I would pass on that line now. But yeah, I'm picking Cheaty and Njokuani to win by decision. We can move on to the next one. Let's see what we got next here. We got Chris the Action Man Curtis versus Max Payne Griffin. And yeah, I mean, not the most fun fight in the world, but I actually feel like there's a pretty good way to bet this fight. So yeah, I mean, Max Griffin always fights close, guys. We see it against Morales, against Magny. I mean, guys, like, he's went to 18 decisions in his career, and I mean, he's got 10 of them ending by split decision. And we know the thing about Chris Curtis, man, he never really gets away in any of his fights. He fights close. He doesn't really have a lot of power, so he's kind of just touching these guys up on the outside. It's pretty weird also to me that he's dropping to 170 at the end stage of his career at 37. Maybe it's better for him, but I feel like here, man, like, Max Griffin is pretty live to win this fight. Just because of, like, how can you lay minus 325 on Curtis? Like, I just don't understand. Like, he doesn't have any wrestling upside, and he fights close to every fight. So yeah, I mean, I think Griffin can win round one at a pretty good clip. And I could see Curtis, like, fighting close in round two. I could see round three being really close as well. Like, and even in the Barry fight, man, like Barry didn't really look like he won the fight, and the judges gave him a round. I know it was in Canada, but still, like, there's always with every Chris Curtis fight, guys, that really goes to decision. It's 29-28. So, in the same with Griffin, and you're giving me fight ends by split decision at plus 400. I gotta take a shot at it, especially with the fight goes sitting out like minus 220. It's just not really a price I want to lay on welterweight. I'd rather take the fight to end by split. And yeah, I put 0.35 units on it. I think it's really live here. I feel like this fight's gonna play out pretty close. I see people on Griffin. I like the dog shot, but I just feel like fight ends by split is a way better way to bet it, especially with the overs just sitting at massive chalk. So yeah, I think I'm gonna pick Curtis to win by split decision. But Griffin's really live to win this fight. I really think he is. I think he can crack Curtis early. And yeah, I mean, Curtis is just gonna try to pick him apart with the jab. We know Griffin kind of does slow down as well, but there could be close rounds where Curtis is just landing more strikes and Griffin lands the more, like, thudding shots. And there could be a judge out there who thinks Griffin wins the fights or Curtis winning the fight with the volume. So yeah, I like fight ends by split decision here. I think it's a good look here. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Oh boy, we got Junior Tafa versus Tukos. And yeah, I mean, Tukos was actually my first bet on this card. Do I feel great about it? No, not at all, especially because, like, how Tafa, like, actually looks. Like Tafa did not look in good shape last fight. He looked fucking terrible. And the dude, Sharif had him in full mount at the end of the first round and was beating three shades out of him. And, Sharif gassed. He took the fight on 4 days' notice. And yeah, I know there's people saying that Tafa was on vacation, but, like, Tafa knew he was getting a fight and he didn't put any work in. So I feel like that's just like a red flag. And I actually like that Tukos is coming in at Killcliff with Brendan Allen, especially because Brendan Allen's fighting next week. And what's the hole in Junior Tafa's game? It's grappling. So it's like, why? And Tukos is out there. He's eating big shots against Najio Sterling. And I think Sterling is much more athletic. And I think he's got more of a higher base to take down than Tafa. And I think Tukos actually has a good single finishing a double leg. And he's always getting these opponents up on the fence, even in regionals. I don't think his striking is that great, but I think he can have some moments here. I mean, guys, he was minus 500 against, I can't think of his name, but he was minus 500 on road to the UFC. over that guy, and that guy is an absolute assassin. He just got a main event over Johnny. He's getting a main event against Johnny Walker, and the guy's sitting minus 500 against him. So, and Tuco's ate some big shots there, guys. He ate really big shots prior to getting knocked out. And we know Tafa, man. Tafa doesn't fight at a pace. He puts everything he has into the first round, and then he kind of gets tired. So yeah, I mean, Tucos actually was able to fight through. Like I hit the end of the first round, Tucos looked gassed against Sterling, I will say. But in the second round, man, he's landing takedowns, and in the second round, and I don't think Tafa fights good in any of these rounds. I feel like Tucos actually has some heart. He hasn't gotten a good run in the UFC like Sterling and C, like, and now they're giving him Tafa, and Tafa's obviously making his debut at 205. So I understand why there's people betting on Tafa, but laying chalk on a guy who has shit cardio, has no grappling defense, and I'm making his debut in a division where he could actually like the takedowns are gonna come, the shots are gonna come faster. Like they're like heavy, they're gonna come faster. So yeah, so I mean, I took the 1 unit shot on plus 150. Do I feel great about it? No, not at all. But I feel like it's worth the shot. I mean, it's to win 1.5 units. And let's say Tukos does survive an early storm, man. I think he's gonna have the better cardio late. Like this guy's only win top is against Parker Porter, man. Like Parker Porter. And I had Toppa in that fight. I had Toppa KO1 and had his money line there. So yeah, I don't think, I think the Toppa brothers suck. I think really, I really think they do. So maybe it's just me judging Junior Toppa more than a lot of people, but I don't think he's that good, man. I really don't. So I think Tukos is actually like the better all around MMA fighter, and he has a grappling upside. And he showed in his last fight that he has heart, and he could have quit numerous times in that fight. He could have just said fuck it, put his hands up, and I've got folded like we see people do at this level. But he didn't do it, man. He shows that he's in there to win. So I mean, yeah, I took the plus 150 shot. Do I feel great about it? No, but I took it. But yeah, I'll pick Tukos to win. Maybe he finds a submission. I think, guys, I think an Anaconda is really live here. I really do. Like I could really see Toppa doing some like Derek Lewis get up and just getting his neck snatched. So yeah, you know what? Give me Tukos by submission. Let's move on to the next fight. We got Vitor Petrino versus Austin Lane. Another massive favorite here, guys. Petrino minus 700 here against Lane, plus 500. And, one thing about Lane in his last fight against Pinto, like, he hurt him bad in round one with some uppercuts in the clinch. And he hurt him bad in the beginning of the second round, and he went for the kill, and he got absolutely flatlined. But yeah, I mean, I took the under 1.5 here. I just think like it's a good systematic play in almost every single Austin Lane fight. I wasn't on any over under against in the Rebellis fight, but we know Rebellis can't grapple, and I think Petrino, if Petrino lands flush on this guy, I really think he can knock him out. He's gonna have a lot more speed in this division at heavyweight than Lane, and especially I don't know if he has a power edge, but I mean, the dude's coming off a bad knockout loss, Petrino. And we saw in the last fight, man, Austin Lane was going balls to the wall. And, we have just seen Austin Lane in this level just knocked out bad so many times. Like the Diaz knockout was bad. The last fight was bad. The Toppa knockout loss was bad. I mean, the ways he's getting knocked out, I don't really think it's good for him. And if Petrino lands flush, I think he can knock him out. Like, he even wobbled Jacoby early in the last fight in the first round. But I think Jacoby is a way better recoverer. He has good recovery. We've seen that from Jacoby. I don't think Lane, I don't know if Lane's chin is recovered from the last fight at all. So yeah, I mean, Petrino, is he going to come out and wrestle? There's a good chance maybe early, but I don't really see him doing that here. Like, Lane's a much bigger guy than him. Like, especially, like, I just feel like it's weird that Petrino is moving to heavyweight. I don't really like it for him, but I mean, they're trying to really give him a layup here in Lane, but Lane's got some power, man. He hits hard. He goes for the kill early, and he's kind of like a killer be killed fighter in my mind. Like, every single one of Austin Lane's losses actually come within the under 1.5 rounds. So I just feel like it's the best way to bet it here. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Petrino by KO in the first round, but I think he's seriously live to hurt Petrino here. Like, you actually look at Petrino's resume, guys. I'm gonna look at it real quick. Like, he's not really facing hard hitters. Like, Jacoby is a hard hitter, but before that, guys, he's facing Anthony Smith, not a hard hitter. Tyson Pedro, retire that fight. Modestus, not a hard hitter. Prachnio, not a hard hitter. Anton Jakrali, not a hard hitter. And it's like, you look at Austin Lane, like Lane has a lot of knockouts. Like Lane's got 12 knockouts, guys. Like he has 11 knockouts, my bad. And he's been knocked out in all of his losses, guys. Like he's been the decision once in 19 fights. So yeah, I like the under 1.5 here. Petrino KO for me here. Let's move on to the next fight. We got a banger. We got Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Charrier. And yeah, I like Charrier here a pretty decent amount. I think it's a good bounce back spot for him. I was on Nathaniel Wood against him because Wood is much younger, has good takedown defense, and he's more powerful than Nate Landwehr as well. Like Nate Landwehr is a dog. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like damage is starting to add up to him. Like when he looked terrible last fight against Choi. I mean, you're getting wrestled against Choi. I think it's a huge red flag. And I just feel like he's taken so much damage from that Onama fight, man. Like Charrier like fought Chepe Mariscal, and I think Mariscal is more physical and actually has might have better cardio than Nate Landwehr. If I'm going to be quite honest with you, the guy trains in elevation, and he was the one pushing an offensive wrestling pace against Charrier. Yeah, I just think Charrier, he's the much cleaner striker. What does scare me is the guy is 5-10 to decisions. Like Nate has a chance to make it close, but I think Morgan's gonna style on him, beat him on the outside. I think there's chances that he can actually wobble Nate Landwehr in this fight as well. I mean, prior to the Emmers KO, like we've seen Emmers just get memed at this level, and Emmers was absolutely just touching him up, and he was a -220 favorite. And I think I just like Charrier here, man. Like I actually laid the -240 on him, and I parlayed him with somebody else coming up that on this card that I will be talking about. But yeah, I just think Charrier is better overall, especially at the stage of his career. So yeah, pick Charrier. I'll pick him to win by decision. Hopefully, I'm saying his last name right, guys. If I'm not, you guys can bash me in the comments. I really don't care at all. But we can move on to the next one. We got Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia. And yeah, this is a banger, man. I mean, this is such a banger. I really wish this was the main event. I wish this was 5 rounds, but I don't think it even needs 5 rounds. But yeah, I mean, I'm on the Kattar side at +110. I think he's still actually sitting around that line right now. Yeah, I think Kattar could pick him apart with the jab. His chin. I mean, guys, I went back and I watched him against Dan Ige. Dan Ige landed the most stiffest right hand at the end of the first round, and all Kattar did was just come forward, eat it, and ended up landing more volume after the strike. And he ate the infamous left hook from Dan Ige in round 2. And what did he do again? He just came forward and landed more volume. And it's like, Steve Garcia in these fights, he's getting dropped, he's getting wobbled, but he's winning these fights. But, like, guys, he's against Soo Wong Choi, who everybody was on. I think a lot of people were on Choi that week to knock him out. And even his last fight against Nelson, it's like, dude gets his back taken, he's in an RNC, and then he's able to reverse position. But, guys, he landed an elbow to the back of the head. And, sorry, guys, I burped. But he landed an elbow to the back of the head. And Nelson kind of just folded up, and he gave up. And, it's like, even the Costa fight, it's like he's just getting pushed up on the fence up until he isn't, when he just lands nasty elbows. Nurembeku dropped him in the first round early as well. And we know Nurembeku isn't even the greatest striker. Like, his intention is to get the fight to the mat. And he dropped him bad. And, we know the Mahashate knockout as well. Mahashate knocked him out even before that. Like, Ontiveros has him wobbled all over the place doing the chicken dance. I know it was axe kicks, but he still wobbled him. And, if Calvin Kattar, guys, the 2 last fights he's been in are just stylistically way different than Steve Garcia. Like, Steve Garcia is going to wail overhands. And I think Calvin Kattar can actually come in and step in with throw a jab and step in with a right elbow. I think he's going to cut Garcia up with elbows, especially at range when Garcia overextends himself, because Kattar's nasty at timing these elbows. And I think Zalal is a much harder fight. And he won a round against Zalal. Like all Zalal did was beat him on the outside with kicks and footwork, and like we know Steve Garcia isn't gonna use footwork and use kicks. He's gonna sit on his punches, and he's gonna try to throw down with this guy. And this is the biggest step up for him as well. I know Cater's now 37, but I mean, guys, like in the Arnold Allen fight, he got hurt from doing like a stupid knee. And he ate 3 clean left hands from Arnold Allen. And Allen's more technical. He's got more speed than Garcia. And Garcia shows his left hands. He always shows that he's going to swing it. So, yeah, I just think Cater's the much better technical fighter. He has a way better resume as well. He's on a 4-fight losing streak. I will say that. And Garcia is on a 5-fight knockout streak. And I think that's why he's the favorite here, because Cater has lost his last 4 fights. But I mean, I'll give him a pass for the Sterling fight. And I honestly give, especially with the stylistic matchup here, I give him a pass for the Zalal fight. Like, guys, we got to remember, Zalal is like the only person in the UFC to go to decision with Taporia. Like literally the one of two people. Like he is him and Josh Emmett. So yeah, and I went back and watched the Emmett fight, man. Emmett was landing some clean right hands as well on Cater, and Cater was just eating it. And guys, Cater was a minus 285 favorite to Josh Emmett, and now he's a plus 110 dog to Steve Garcia. So it just doesn't really make that much sense to me. So yeah, I took the dog shot, and I actually like it. I'm way more confident in Cater than I am on Tukos. So yeah, Calvin Cater plus 110, and I think he's live to knock out Garcia. But we've seen Garcia recover. I can see this being a 15-minute war, if I'm gonna be quite honest with you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Cater to win by decision, man. His decision's plus 400. I feel like that's just a wide line as well. But yeah, I like Calvin Cater as a straight bet, guys. Let's move on to the next fight, the co-main event. We got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. And yeah, I think like this one's pretty simple, man. Like if Bonfim can get the wrestling off early, I think he's gonna win this fight. But I see it being difficult with Thompson's footwork, especially his kicks on the outside, and just like giving him different looks that he's never seen before. Bonfim, like we know how Bonfim likes to always be the aggressor, but you can't just rush in against Wonderboy, man. Like even Wonderboy being 42 years of age now, the guy's still a sniper, and he has nasty kicks. Like the Buckley fight was close, guys. Prior to when he just got like one shot KO'd in the third round, he was winning the fight. And he's plus 320 here against a guy in Bonfim whose last 2 fights are against stationary ass strikers in Chaos Williams and Anch Losa. They're not on the level of Wonderboy. They don't move on the outside like Wonderboy. And I think Wonderboy has all the minute upside winning if he's keeping this fight on the feet. I think he's the more clean striker. He's the more technical striker. He's faced way better strikers. He's faced better competition. And maybe Bonfim is humble after that Dalby loss. But I still think he has a little bit of a cockiness to him, especially like the way how he kind of fights at a pace. Like I know he fought pretty good against Losa, and it was an elevation. But this is just, as I said, like with the last fight, it's just a way different stylistic matchup here. I think Bonfim is live for a front choke. Like I know Burns like kind of had him in a setup, and Rachmanov had him in a setup as well. But Rachmanov just ended up taking the back in the second round and submitting him. But Wonderboy's takedown defense is pretty solid, man. Like the only person to really really beat his ass. I went back and watched the fight. Was Bilal. Like Bilal had him in back mounted in the first round and was beating on him. But the difference is that fight was in a smaller cage, and Bonfim, like against Dalby as well. Like Dalby, if you were able to get up against Bonfim and you're able to just strike with him, I think you have a real good shot of winning. I think it's going to be hard for Bonfim to find his jab that he really loved against Chaos. Like the announcers were glazing Bonfim's jab, but how are you just going to sit there and jab Wonderboy on the outside? Like if he can't get his jab going, guys, and he can't get the wrestling going, I don't think he wins a lot of minutes here. So if you guys know where I'm getting at, I'm getting there with it. But yeah, Stephen Thompson by decision plus 600. Like what are we doing, man? Like Bonfim decision plus 150 compared to Wonderboy decision plus 600. Like we've seen Wonderboy fight such a clean fight before, man. It wouldn't shock me he did it here. I think a lot of people are sleeping on him this week, and I think he has a real good shot of winning. But the only scare I have is that if he does get taken down and he gives up the neck early, I think there's real potential for Bonfim to submit him. Bonfim had Chaos Williams is back, but Chaos didn't get submitted. And yeah, I don't think Wonder Boy. I'm gonna look now, but I don't think Wonder Boy has actually ever been submitted. Yeah, he's been submitted once. I'm gonna look back and see when he got submitted was. Let me see. Oh, it's like at the start of his career. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I mean, I don't like Shavkat Rachmanov. I'm an idiot, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's just I think this line's wide, man. I really do. Like if he could perform like how he did in the Kevin Holland fight, he's gonna win this fight, man. So yeah, give me Stephen Thompson by decision plus 600. That's my bet here, and that's what I'm picking, and that's how I'm picking him to win the fight. And we got a banger main event. Oh, please, banger main event. UFC, can we stop with these heavyweight main events? Like, please, Dana, enough with it. Like, we love Derek Lewis. We love Derek Lewis. Don't get me wrong. But, like, Derek Lewis main events in 2025, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing, man? Like, it's just stupid. Like, this fight does not need to be 5 rounds. It's probably not even going to get out of the first round. But let's jump into it, and I'll stop bitching and moaning and complaining. We got Taliesin Teixeira versus Derek Lewis, and I mean, I think this is. I'm going to be quite honest with you guys, and a lot of people might judge me in the comments, but I think this is a layup for Teixeira. He's much bigger. He's going to land thudding kicks, and I mean, Derek Lewis isn't winning any minutes against anybody. His only chance is to knock you out, and he did it against Nascimento. But guys, we know Nascimento is not very good. He doesn't really have a lot of power, and all he really tried to do in that fight was grapple. But I mean, I will say, guys, like you go back and watch that Tai Tuivasa fight. What did Tai Tuivasa land to knock out Derek Lewis? The elbow on the fence. How did Taliesin Teixeira win his fight last fight? An elbow on the fence. I think it's live here again. He's much stronger than Lewis. He's got to watch out for the power of Derek Lewis. But that's about it, man. I don't really see Lewis making a run in this stage of his career. I think the UFC knows what they're doing with this Teixeira guy. You know, they need a threat, and this guy Teixeira, he does leave his chin high in the air. He's hittable, but I think he's actually made. I think he's actually like even from like his last fight, like I know it was only 36 seconds, but he showed the ability to get the fight to where he had the biggest advantage in, and he took straight advantage of it. And I think he does the same thing here. I think he's live to land a couple of takedowns too. I mean, guys, we know Derek Lewis. He can't defend takedowns. And if you get this mammoth, massive guy on top of you, I don't think you're getting them off of you. I don't think Derek Lewis is gonna be to do his good old Derek Lewis get up game. But yeah, I'm gonna go square here. I mean, I parlayed Teixeira. I parlayed him at like minus 250 with Sharia. I put like 1.25 units on it. I think I got minus 103. I think you guys could actually still get the same parlay right now for solid odds. So yeah, I just think Teixeira is gonna fuck him up. I don't really see Derek Lewis. If Derek Lewis proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. But I just don't see it here. So yeah, give me Teixeira KO1. But yeah, guys, that's it. I went pretty quick on this card. Wow. But yeah, I mean, leave like the video, guys. Leave comments below. Tell me what your guys' favorite bet is. Tell me what your favorite angle is on this card, and tell me why if you guys like some of my picks or if you guys don't like my picks. Like I love interacting with you guys. It's why I do this shit. So yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.